Hello.
Umaram Jewel.
Umaram.
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 Umaram. Umaram to all. Able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All are ready for today's session?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'll start my session today. Very good morning to all of you who are in London, and good afternoon, good evening, those who are in India. Umaram. I'm going to start on. So my today's topic is 6 I. Hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm covering the today's topic is Kai, the 6 categories of Jiva. We have gone through in the previous classes about no tattva and gatis and other topics. So today I'm going to cover on the Kai. Okay, it is basically 6 categories of Jiva. You know what do you mean by Kai? You have any understanding that what the Kai means? Is anybody who can tell me? Any guess?
Can I say?
Yeah, please.
I just physical body of soul, the physical structure of the soul or jiva.
Yes, right. Anybody else? Okay. Yes, Mudita has said right. It is a physical structure of the soul or jiva. So in Jainism, we have a various parameters to define the categories of the living being. As it is being told that there are two elements in the universe, Jeev and Ajeev, which is the main element of this universe. And as per the Jain philosophy, the Jiva, the living beings, are spread across all the universe in a different forms. And today, as a topic is Chekai, so I will say that what are the physical structure, physical body of the living being lies in this universe as per the Jain philosophy. So these are the living things which we commonly see across by our naked eye. And as per the Jain philosophy, we have defined 6 categories as Prithvikai, Apkai, Teukai, Vayukai, Vanaspatikai, and Traskai. So don't be scared. I will take all these one by one in the subsequent slides. So just to give overview that what are those 6 categories of Jiva based on their body structure. So the first one is earth bodies, earthly bodies or earthly living beings, which is called as Prathvikai. So what it means basically that the living beings which whose bodies are made up of earth. Sorry, any question? Okay, So what are the examples, what are the living beings we can consider within this subject, this category, earthly bodies? So the first one is like sand, we have stones, we have forms of rocks or other forms of earthly living beings. So these all been considered as a earthly living beings, though it is not being seen by our naked eyes or even microscope. For as per the Jain philosophy and understanding that Lord Mahavira, based on his omniscient, he has seen that even the earthly body or even the earth also being considered as a living being. So in whatever the form we are able to see, this being called as a earthly bodies, these are the living beings. Now it can be converted to a non-living by putting on fire and all. There's a separate process where we are able to see the construction which is happening, right? So when that is happened, the living beings been killed and it is being converted into a non-living being. So basically the procedure is such a way where the probability of the living being will be killed, but the body will be called as a earthly bodies. Similarly, we have water bodies called as upkai. This is basically all the water living beings, whether it is in any form, either it's a raindrop, sea water, or it is pond. Now, as per the scientists, it's being proved that in a single drop of water, we can see through microscope thousands of living beings. Whereas our Lord Mahavira has been already defined and already being preached that the water itself being considered as a living being. And that's why in the Jainism, it is being emphasized to drink a filter water or boiled water. So the concept behind the Jain philosophy or Jain theory is to avoid as much as possible away by killing the any living beings. Next is on the fire bodies. Yes, even the fire is also being considered as a living being. Uh, so it is in any form, either in the pure flame form, or it will be the lighting struck up in the sky, or even in the mobile, the electricity, the chargers which you're charging it, that is being also called as a fire bodies. The sparking, the short circuit which is happening, that is being also called as a fire living beings or teukai. The fourth one is the air bodies. Uh, this being again called as a Vayukaiji, which is the body of the structure of the living being is itself an air. So that's why if you see the monks, they are wearing a clothes when they're speaking it. And in the current situation where a deadly virus is has spread across all the countries, everybody was uh, advising to wear the mask either when you're speaking or when you're going out. Whereas Jainism is being proved long back that we should use when we are speaking. We have to cover our mouth when we are speaking it. So it is a one of the way we can see that the Jain philosophy is being applied in current scenario, in the current situation. So you can compare that how the Jain philosophy being uh, applicable in the current situation. So there are a lot of being emphasized. If you are looking into the news and all, they are emphasizing on that to follow the Jain lifestyle, which we have already covered in the previous sessions. Next is the plant bodies. Yes, the vegetations, the flora, fauna, herbs, shrubs, uh, even vegetables and fruits which we are eating it being called as a plant body. So this is also having this being also considered as a living being, and that's why it is being said in Jainism that we should avoid to walk on the grass. Rather, we can walk on sand or we can walk on the pavements, footpath, just to avoid on that. And further within this, it is being classified that there are two types of plant bodies where one is called as a rooted vegetables, where we'll find more than one seeds or one living form, whereas in the non-rooted vegetables we have only one living form. So that's why again in the Jainism it was emphasized that at least on the specific occasions we should not eat the rooted vegetables. So rooted vegetables like potatoes, carrot, onion, garlic, all those comes into that. So we have the last one. Before I move to the last one, I know that I have taken so fast these 5 slides, but just to cover that, these 5 guys being considered as immobile jivas, immobile living beings. These living beings are not being uh, moved by themselves. They doesn't have any other senses apart from one touch sense. I'm not going to take a session on the 5 senses, but will be considered in the subsequent slides. I just want to emphasize that these first 5 bodies being considered as a one sense beings only. It is not being considered as a, because this is not being seen as by a naked eye, and these forms are also having a living beings, a living creature, and the whole universe. If you see the air, fire, and earth, it is being spread across the whole universe. So we can imagine that how um, the the imagination can be across all the universe where the living beings being considered and available. Any question on these the 5 slides?
No.
So you have understood all these 5, because at the end of session I will ask the questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So, great. Now I will take the last one as a mobile bodies. Basically, it is called as a thrust sky. Now, these are the living beings which we can see by our naked eyes or by a microscope. All the living creatures which we are able to see it will be considered where they can move by themselves. They can go one place to another. They can eat, or based on the senses available, they can do their activities. Now, under this, it will come as a shell. Shell is also being considered as a living being, and we have a worms. We have a flies, that mosquitoes and grasshopper, all those kinds, spiders and all. So we have different categories of flies itself, based on their structure, based on their formation. The last is, yes, the 5 sense beings, which is animals or human beings. So these are having the capability of moving from one place to another. They are having a system of formation of reproduction and all those stuff. So that is why these being considered as a thrust sky. Any question on this slide? Okay, so silence, I will accept that you are able to understand the session and the slides which I'm showing here. Hope it is not going either beyond your head or under the head. Are you ready for the quiz, for the short quiz?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll ask the first question. So I will show one picture. You need to understand, or you need to identify that
Yes.
which body of living beings it is being. Okay, the first picture is, yeah, any guess which body will be for this?
Ritvika.
Right. What is the English translation for this English word?
Earth bodies.
Earth bodies.
Yes, you are right. Yeah, I'll go for the next one. Next is this one.
Fire.
Can you see that?
Fire.
Fire.
Right. Right. So, what is this picture about? You say, what is this picture about?
Okay.
Aegis sky.
Aegis sky.
Sorry?
Aegis.
Yeah. Aegis sky. Yes, you are right. But I'm asking, what is this picture about?
Fire bodies,
तो ये picture कौन सी है? इसमें क्या दिख रहा है आपको? What you are seeing in this picture?
volcano,
Volcano, right?
volcano.
Right. So apart from fire bodies, are you able to see any other body? Any other living being?
Yes, bodies.
Yes. You able to see the water also?
Yes.
So this picture has three bodies: fire bodies, earth bodies, and water bodies. So Tejas sky, Prithvi sky, and sky. Last one for the picture to be identified.
What's the body?
Vayu, yes, you are right. Vayu sky called as air bodies, right?
Air bodies.
Yes, you are right.
Air body.
You are amazing. You are excellent.
Air body.
Okay. Now another question is, in which gati you will find all six sky? We have gone through the four gatis in the previous session. So will you be able to say?
Manushya Gati.
Manushya gati.
Yeah.
But in Manushya gati, we are only human beings, right?
No.
We will able to see that. I'm not denying that we can't see in the Manushya gati, but these living beings fall under which gati?
Priyansh Gati.
Yes, you are right. It is in the Tiryanj gati. It is the gati where you can find all six sky jivas. Okay, so the correct answer is the Tiryanj gati. Next question. Are flies falls in the Vayukaji or are having the air bodies?
No.
So which body they will? So in which body they will fall?
Mobile.
Right. That is a sky. Perfect. Amazing.
Mobile. Mobile.
Excellent. Excellent.
Mobile. Mobile.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. You are amazing. You are intelligent. Now, last question of these things. Our vegetation has mobile body.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let me take up through the back of the slides. Let's see vegetation comes in which slide. This is the vegetation, right?
Yes.
So which body it has?
Plant body.
Plant bodies.
So this being considered as a mobile or immobile?
Plant.
Immobile.
Immobile.
So what will be the answer for that question?
Immobile.
So that means it is false.
Yes. Fall.
False.
Yes. Yeah, so you are excellent. Everybody has cooperated on this session. So I will end up this session here. If you have any questions, open for you all.
Umaram. Umaram.
I will hand over to Vishal. Vishal, are you there?
Umaram.
Yeah, hi Vikas, I'm there. I'll just
Vishal, I have unshared the screen. You can share it.
okay, I'll share mine. I'm just trying to locate it.
Bhagwan Rishabh Dev.
Yeah, can you see my screens?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So Om Haram, everyone. I'm going to talk through the life of
We
Yes.
see two screens at the same time. Is it possible to just have one screen?
We're seeing two screens. Hold on.
Yeah.
View. You can change the view.
Wait a minute. Right. I think it should now come. What do you see now? Do you still see two screens or one screen?
We don't see any screen.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we can't see any.
Just give me a moment. I've got so many screens open in my front here.
Yes, it's right now.
What do you see now?
Now one screen is there.
Okay, one screen, right? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Brilliant. So yeah, as I was saying, I will talk through Bhagwan Rishabdev's life and times, and basically a short story from right from his birth till what he did in his life, what he achieved, some of the great events that happened that we still follow, and right up till his nirvana. So I have a question about, and so this is a question to all the kids. Who is the first Tirthankar of our current? That's great, amazing. So everyone knows that he was the first Tirthankar. So this is the here's Lord's picture, Lord Rishabdev Bhagwan. How many of you have performed or seen Lord Rishabdev Bhagwan's Murti, or where have you gone and seen him?
I've seen. Temple. I've seen.
Temple.
Any tirths that you can recall of?
I went to Bahubali.
Yes, that's correct. That's a tall stuti or a idol of Lord Bahubali or Rishabdev Bhagwan.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So he's also known as Adinath. Why is he known as Adinath? Anyone knows that?
Because he was a teacher, he taught people.
He was the first Tirthankar. He was the first Tirthankar.
That's correct. He was the first. Yes, he was the first Tirthankar, and that's why he's called Adinath. Adi means first, and Nath means Lord. That's why he's called Adinath. What's the symbol?
How?
Bull.
Bull. That's correct. Why is this symbol bull?
Because he's very powerful and strong.
Yes. Excellent. So this is a symbol because one of the prominent dreams that his mother Maru Devi had was basically a bull, a white bull, and therefore his symbol became the bull. So let's start with where was he born? The answer is here, but anyone knows where Ayodhya is in India?
Northeast.
Not northeast. It's you can say eastern part of India. Exactly, Uttar Pradesh. Yes. And anyone knows? Yeah, anyone knows who else was a prominent personality born in Ayodhya?
Ram.
Yes, Ram. That's correct.
Ram.
Excellent. So everyone knows the geography of India then, and who was born there. Great. So he was born in Ayodhya, and so let's talk about when was he born. Um, any guesses on when was he born?
Millions of years ago?
Sorry, I'm losing voice. Can I repeat again?
Millions of years
Years
ago.
ago?
Yeah, so that's how you. Yeah, that's how you would translate it basically. But the more sort of mythological story, as per our scriptures. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So as
Vishal, there is a weird background voice which is coming, something like yeah, we can hear feedback.
okay, is that yeah? My neighbor's doing building works. Is that a bit of a problem?
No, it's better now.
Okay. So I'll just keep my microphone close to my mouth then. So just talking about when Rishabdev Bhagwan was born, we don't have a specific timeline, but in terms of how our Jain scriptures define it, who knows about the concept of time as per, or the concept of time as per Jainism? Can anyone talk about that?
So there are 6 auras. So there's Sukham, 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 Dukham, Dukham, Sukham, and Dukham, Dukham.
Exactly. So that's right. So there is always a uphill, everything good on the left side of this triangle, everything is good. And then suddenly those good things start to become bad. And that's the downhill side of this mountain. Now, we are in the 5th Tara right now. And Rishabdev Bhagwan was born at the end of the 3rd Ara, which is when things started to turn a bit bad. And therefore he came in the world. And we suppose this was millions of years ago. So that's great. So you know about how we see time in our as per our Jain scriptures. Now, he was born into a really royal family. He was born to a king called Raja Nabhiraj, and his mom was called Marudevi. They were really rich. They ruled over a large part of India, and they were blessed with children. So one of them was he had to struggle a lot. So finally, he got blessed with a child, and his name was Rishabh. Now, when Rishabh was born, he was blessed with all of the celestial powers. So with all of the Indras and Devs and Bhagwans, they all came and blessed him. So he had a really good family. And in his family, he had, does anyone know how many wives he had? So he had 2 wives, Sumangala and Sunanda. And does anyone know how many children he had?
100.
Sorry?
100.
100.
That's correct. So he had 100 sons and 2 daughters.
100.
Yeah, you're right. Anyone knows the name of the sons or daughters?
Bahubali.
So yes, Bahubali, Bharat.
Bharat.
That's correct. And then 2 daughters.
Sundari.
Exactly. So Bharat was very powerful. Yeah. So Bharat was very powerful. And when Bhagwan became obtained monkhood, he gave Bharat to rule over present day India and Bahubali to rule over present day Afghanistan, Pakistan. And Brahmi was very good in literature. So she invented the language the Hindi language, or the original Brahmic script that uses Hindi. And so, sorry, that on which Hindi is based. And Sundari was a great mathematician. So she could really add numbers, multiply them, divide them. So she was really good at doing very big numbers very quickly. So definitely he had a very good life, enjoyed everything. He was just amazing in with all the worldly material things that were around him. So just going back to his birth, when he was born, as I said, all of the celestial gods descended upon earth and gave him what we call Janam Kalyanak. So they washed him with the purest of the purest water. They gave blessings to him and then brought him back to his mom once he after that. So this is a key event that's known as Janam Kalyanak, that was done on the top of Meru Parvat or Mount Meru. Now you would ask, where is Mount Meru? Does anyone want to know where is Mount Meru?
Devlok.
Exactly, that's right. So this is again a mythical place that tends to be, it's again, you can say it's million miles long, very big, and it could be bigger than our solar system as well. So it's again a mythical place that's far, very big. And so he was christened on the top of that mountain. Now, he was he was very smart. So Rishabdev was a very smart, strong, handsome king, and he ruled very well for his kingdom. Now, can anyone tell me some of the qualities of the king? What he did?
He gave justice to people.
Yeah, that's great.
Didn't he invent arithmetic?
He taught the world how to live, because at that time we had the Kalpariksha and no one had to do anything. But when he came, because the Kalpariksha wouldn't work anymore, he taught everyone how to make food, how to clean clothes and stuff like that.
Amazing. That's correct, Shaurya. Anyone else wants to have a go?
He is the leader.
Yes, he was a great leader because he followed by example. That's correct.
I read in a book somewhere that he invented arithmetic. It was
I would know.
the JVV
He was a very
textbook.
kind
It was in
leader.
the JVV textbook.
He was very
in the JVV textbook.
thoughtful for others.
Sorry, what did you say? Can you repeat again?
He was very thoughtful for others.
Yeah, that's right. So basically, what was the transition? He did a transition from a world where it was almost like, coronavirus. People would just sit where they are. They would get the food from the trees. They would pluck the food from the trees. They wouldn't have to do anything, not go to work. They didn't have to buy clothes. Basically, they would put the leaves of the trees on their body. They could cover themselves up. And it was completely, everything was so plentiful. They didn't have to do anything at all. And that was a good life. But then what happened was suddenly there were a lot of people and there was less supply of these things. So obviously they had to do something so that they could still be fed and their needs could still be met. So therefore, Bhagwan Rishabdev helped and taught all of these people all of the things, all of the daily chores, all of the working skills, how to earn, how to farm, how to cook, what are the things to work, the different skills. All of that were taught by Bhagwan Rishabdev. So he transformed the entire generation in his lifetime.
Vishal uncle.
Yeah.
Didn't he also invent arithmetic?
You could credit to him because his daughter was it's claimed as per scriptures that she was really brilliant at mathematics and therefore she started mathematics. So one of his other daughters started literature, the other started mathematics. So you could credit in part to him. So now we've talked about some of his great skills. Now something happened that led him to monkhood. does anyone know anything about that? What happened? Okay, so what happened was he was a royal, so obviously he liked good food, good company, good music, good dance, and so on. So he was in his court and with some of the gods and the devas. And one day he was watching a nice dance show, and one of the dance performers collapsed on stage and died. And he saw that, and suddenly he felt really bad about it. And he started questioning about the whole world and the need for it, and whether that was truly the thing that he liked. And when he started doing reflection upon these things, he felt like none of this is really important. What is important is, or probably none of this is true. What is true is the search of soul. And he then decided to renounce all of the material things. He gave away his kingdom to his 100 sons. He gave away everything, including his clothes. And the king and the gods came and really celebrated his path to monkhood and gave him a white cloth, and so that he could then use that on his ventures into the wild and the forests. So he then started going from one place to the other, looking for food. So he became an ascetic, and and then he started fasting as well. Now, he couldn't find anything to eat when he was on his way, because as you could imagine, most of the people around didn't know anything around fasting till that time. So they didn't know what to offer to the monk as food. And he wouldn't accept anything that was not as per his principles. So he remained hungry for about 400 days, until the point he reached a place which was close to New Delhi today, called Hastinapur, where his grandson owned a farm, great grandson, and he reached there. And his great grandson had a sugar farm, so he would grow sugar cane and make sugar cane juice out of it. Has anyone ever tasted sugar cane juice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's so nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it too as well. So after on the first day after the 400 days, he tasted sugarcane juice and broke his fast. And that day is still celebrated as, anyone knows? Akshay Tritiya. So in the
Akshay Tritiya.
That's correct, Akshay Tritiya. So in the months of April or May, this day is still celebrated by Jains and most of the other people as well as Akshay Tritiya. And there is a lot more ritual done around this, which is called a Varshita. So Jains all over the world who follow or are doing Varshita will fast alternate days. And on the day of Akshay Tritiya, will open their fast by drinking by drinking sugarcane juice. So we still follow the same practices, and we still follow the path of what Rishabdev Bhagwan took. So after that, he kept on wandering around, and he took about, I think, about 1,000 years or 4,000 years to eventually get Keval Gyan. He attained the ultimate knowledge, or there couldn't be more knowledge beyond that in Palitana. And then after that, he gained Nirvan in Mount Kailash. Does anyone know where Palitana is?
I know it's somewhere in India.
Yes.
It's in Gujarat.
Exactly. So next time, ask your parents to take you to Palitana, because it's an amazing place. It's amazing. You can trek there. You can go and visit some of the old historical sites, and you can really enjoy some nice Gujarati food there as well. Definitely go there do that as in your to-do list next time whenever travel is open and you can go. The other place that Bhagwan Rishabdev got Nirvan, which is his when he actually departed for the he departed from this world forever, is Mount Kailash, or it's called in our Jain scriptures as Ashtapad. Do you know where's Mount Kailash?
Nepal.
It's in actually modern day China or part of Tibet. So Mount Kailash is a very sacred place for both Hindus, actually not both, but Hindus, Buddhists, and Jains, because it's believed that Shiva Bhagwan also did his lived there, and he occupied that space for a long time. So Mount Kailash is basically also known as Kailash Mansarovar, and it basically takes about 5 days to go from New Delhi to Mount Kailash. Again, it's a very good place, amazing beauty, very natural. Definitely see if you can go at some point when you are a bit more older. It's in the Himalayas, so just between Nepal and Tibet somewhere. So that's where Bhagwan Rishabdev did his final preaching, and he then left away from this world. So that's the story of Bhagwan Rishabdev. You can do further readings. There are lots of sources, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Maram.
Yes.
Oh, madam.
I'll just pass on to Shiksha for the next. I'll just hand over to you.
Yeah. Om Haram everyone, Jai Janendra. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You know, last to last week, we had a quiz, and which we didn't finish. So we are going to continue today. Okay.
Okay.
Who can tell me what are our inner enemies? Who can tell me?
Karmas.
Anger,
Very good. Angers and
Greed.
yes. Well done.
Jealousy.
Very good, Sia.
selfishness,
Hate.
Well done. Yes.
selfishness,
Yes. Very good. Just wait a minute. Yeah. Do Aryan give blessing or fulfill wishes?
give blessing,
They give blessing. Give blessing.
Can anyone else try?
Do
Do Arihants give blessing or fulfill wishes in delight?
blessing.
Blessing.
No.
Who else can try?
Blessing.
No, because they have moved on from the worldly affairs. They are neither pleased or nor angry at anyone. Therefore, they don't give wounds or crushes. Why are two gathas of Vasagaram Srota removed?
Because people used to misuse it.
Because people use it for wrong reasons.
Well
When
done,
you
Sach.
misuse it,
Yes, very good. Because it's a very powerful Srota, so people started misusing it. Okay? Yeah. Real joy is in
Real joy is in
getting expensive gifts, winning a lottery, giving rather than receiving. You're watching
giving
TV
rather
or
than
playing.
receiving.
Hi.
rather than receiving.
Receiving.
You all do like that? You all do you all things like that in your routine life?
Sometimes.
Very good. Yes. You know, the real joy of your life is not only to earn build a big house or eat. These all are materialistic things which will only stay with you in this life. But your karmas, you know, good and bad karmas goes with you. That's why giving rather than receiving is the right answer. And एक और बोली गई है, खाना पीना मौज उड़ाना, खाना पीना मौज उड़ाना ये जीवन का सार नहीं, मानव जन्म मीना अनमोल, मिलता बारंबार नहीं. We got this Manav house after long time. That's why we don't need to waste this Manav house. Okay.
Okay.
And this is Arihantana Pad Pehla hai. We did this Pratna at the start in our first lesson. So who can complete this?
I can.
Yes, say it, Rajit.
अरिहंतानम पद पहला है, अरिहार धूर भगाता है.
Very good. Yes. And who can tell me why do we do Gyanshala every week and what is the purpose behind it?
To
Who can
learn
tell
the
me?
basic about Jainism
One
and
by
about
one. Yeah.
Tirthankars and gods.
Very good. And
To do
To
the
learn
right
about
things.
our religion.
very good.
About Jainism.
To learn
One
about
by
the
one. See one by
religion.
one. See one by one so we can hear all of you.
To learn about our religion.
Very good. And next, who will start?
Because of our religions,
Yes.
to know about the
basics.
To
We do Gyan. Yes.
To learn about the religion.
religion.
And about Jainism.
Very good, Sia. Yes, but you know, we do Gyanshala every week for children with an intention of creating awareness towards life and explain ethical values. We want to sow the seeds of Dharma Sanskar in your innocent brains so you can understand about value, restraint, positive thinking, cooperation, discipline, etc. When you get right knowledge and perspective, you can transform adverse situation into favorable ones so you can live a peaceful life. Om Arham. Jai Jinendra. Now Sneha will say something.
Om Ram.
Great grandfather has achieved Santara, which is fasting until death. Me and my brother supported them by doing Agasna and lots of Samaik. I pray homage to such a kind soul, and in memory of them, I would like to say some mugdaks. हिंसा के मिटाने आए थे, ज्ञान के द्वीप पे जलाने आए थे. तुम अंधेरे में भटको तो भगवान क्या करे, महावीर तो अंधेरा मिटाने आए थे. The next one. जिंदगी में बस दौड़ता है आदमी, जिंदगी में बस दौड़ता है आदमी, दौड़ते ही दौड़ते दम तोड़ता है आदमी, दौड़ते ही दौड़ते दम तोड़ता है आदमी. एक रोटी दो लंगोटी तीन गज कच्ची जमीन, एक रोटी दो लंगोटी तीन गज कच्ची जमीन, जिंदगी में बस यही जोड़ता है आदमी, जोड़ते ही जोड़ते दम तोड़ता है आदमी. This is the last one. किसी को हंसाता है तो किसी को रुलाता है, किसी को हंसाता है तो किसी को रुलाता है, किसी को उठाता है तो किसी को गिराता है, किसी को उठाता है तो किसी को गिराता है, कर्मों के खेल निराले हैं इस जग में, अपने वार हर एक पर चलाता है। थैंक यू वेरी मच। ओम हर
Thank you.
Now Vandami will Vandami, you can unmute yourself. Vandami Namamsami.
Vandami Namsami.
अब आएगी ना
स्वामी पहले से देख रही थी मैं तो।
Om Arham to all. How are you all today?
I'm good.
Good. Good. So now we are going to connect ourselves with our own power, brain power. So let I take you in the journey of meditation. Are you ready to meditate for 3-5 minutes?
Yes.
So close your eyes gently. Sit in the Gyan Mudra, hands position Gyan Mudra. Touch your thumb with index finger and both palm resting on their knees. Yes. Now visualize bright yellow color like a sunflower. Your head is covered with sunflower, bright yellow. You breathe in yellow color because we can take desired color with our breath. Total focus on the brain area. Namo Uvajjayanam. I bow to the religious teacher who has infinite knowledge. Breathe in and join me in Mahapran sound. It is like buzzing of bee. While you do Mahapran, breathe in fully and recite. Just keep your tongue still, but know your sound from your throat and nose. And it is, you can feel in your brain area. Breathe in. Start. Breathe in. Breathe in. Start. Breathe in. Start. Breathe in. Breathe in. Om Arham, Om Arham. Now you bring your awareness in the middle point of your eyebrows, and slowly, slowly you can do one exercise just like this. Just raise your this area up, up, down. Breathe in, up, down, up, down. Again, you can see me. Look, I'm raising my eyebrows up, then down, up, then down. This is very good exercise for improving your creativity. You can think new. Yes, up, then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Just you have to raise this area up. It is easy, but you have to concentrate on this area. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Can you feel? Can you see how the eyebrows are going up and down? You can repeat this exercise when you start your study, or you have to do some, you write some articles or something. This will give you a good chance to think new, to answer in a new way, or write your assignment in a new way, or do any art in a new way. So this is for creativity. This exercise we learned from Acharya Mahapragya ji. So very simple, very easy. You can repeat twice or thrice in a day. Just activate this area. And this is very good because here we have our important master glands. So it will boost your creative energy, creative energy.
How many times do we do it?
You can do it 9 times, 6 times, or if you are in a hurry, you can do it 3 times. Even you are sitting in your exam and you can do it just on your desk. So it will boost your creative energy, creativity, creative power will come to you. Is it easy or hard?
Easy. It's pretty easy.
And at, yeah, means during the daytime, just you go in front of mirror and check you are raising your eyebrows up. Om Arham, Om Arham. Now fold your hands in prayer pose, and I'll do Mangal part. And before I conclude for the Mangal part, I would like to inform you all that some of you finished Bhaktamar up to 5 gatha, some 10 gathas, some 20 gathas. So it is really going a good memory exercise we are learning, because this Bhaktamar is related to Adinath Bhagwan. So at least those who are in Bhaktamar, at least they can learn full, because at the moment we are on the 35th Gatha and soon we will finish 48. But we plan to come back again from 48, 47, 40, and I request family members that whole family can join us. So soon you will be the member of Bhaktamar family. Mom can learn, dad can learn, brothers and sisters, everybody can learn. And those who learn Sanskrit, a research carried out that the brain power will increase because the Sanskrit have different type of, Sanskrit has the code language or like binary, like computer language. So it is really fantastic for our brain power, and those who have less power in the brain or less concentration or difficulty in learning, for them it is really like a boon. But it is very powerful because it is the prayer of Adinath Bhagwan. So I request you all join the program of family Bhaktamar family. Now I do, and each and every gatha on YouTube, so you can learn one gatha by the YouTube. Now Mangal part. Hold your hands in prayer pose. Chattari Mangalam, Arhanta Mangalam, Siddha Mangalam, Sa Mangalam, Kevali Mannato Dhammo Mangalam. Chattari Loguttama, Arhanta Loguttama, Siddha Loguttama. Everybody can recite. Sahu Loguttama, Kevali Pananto Dhammo Mangalam. Chattari Sharanam Pavajjami Siddhe Sharanam Pavajjami Kevali Om Arham.
कृतज्ञ न्योस्मि हम सब आपकी आभारी है कृतज्ञ
कृतज्ञ
न्योस्मि
हम सब आपके आभारी है। कृतज्ञ हम सब आपके
आपकी
आभारी
आभारी है स्वामी नमः स्वामी
Thank all the teachers, all the participants, and especially I would like to thank from the bottom of heart the Sneha. She did a small prayer for her great grandfathers, maternal great grandfathers, Sandhara. So thank you, Sneha. Thank you, Vishal, Vikas.
Kids, don't leave the meeting, please. Kids, don't leave the meeting. I have to say something. Vandami Namam Sami. Kids, we have, as you know about committees, I've spoken about it quite a few times now. An email address is shared there. Can all the kids on the committee members, group A and group B, please send your phone numbers on there and in a bracket send which committee group you are in for us to form a new committee group, and we will take things from there. In 2 weeks time, kids, we want a presentation or in the drawing form, Jain way of living or your Jain learning to fight with the current scenario or COVID-19. So we want a presentation, or if you want to talk about it, I want if you could send the name on JVP Gyanshala group, or if you're connected to your relatives or friends, let them know. And then I want a presentation, or if you can say a few words about Jain way of living or Jain lifestyle, how it can help us to overcome COVID-19 or the current scenario. You can do in the form of drawing, painting, or you can talk. Everybody is most welcome to come into it. And from now, we have lots of things happening in June, but that will come through you. We will focus that to group A because June is group A's month. and then they will broadcast on a broader picture to you guys what they want from you and how things will work from there. So from June, committee A will take over, and they will be a front face to talk about things to you kids. Okay, so looking forward for lots more exciting things, kids. It will be in 2 weeks. So the presentation is not next week, a week after that. Okay, that is 30th of May, kids. So be prepared, come with your creative ideas, brainstorm yourself. You have enough time.